I have a friend who has come to the show a few times, my good friend Eamon. And Eamon and I came to Spain at the same time. Now, he had an advantage. He had an advantage over me, which was that he had studied a lot of grammar before he came. He had an advantage in terms of his Spanish, in that he had studied a lot of grammar, and he sort of started with a bit of a better level of Spanish than I did. But what was really interesting about his development is he has a great ear. He had a great ear, and he's great at, for example, music. He can remember lyrics to songs. He's a good singer. He's good at impersonating people in English. And as a result, he was able to sort of essentially impersonate Spanish people and mimic their accent, and therefore develop a better accent himself. So my point is that pronunciation, the key to developing good pronunciation is in the listening. It's important to develop good listening habits. And the more you expose yourself to the language, the more you'll improve your own pronunciation. So I want to say a couple more things about pronunciation, but I'm being a little bit distracted because people, I just want to say, tengo que decirlo, we're on YouTube now, everybody. We're live. We fixed Tino, everybody. Let's get a round of applause for Tino. There he is.
Gracias, Tino.
And the crowd goes wild. Yes, thank you, Tino. Tino has fixed the problem. We're live. YouTube, Inglés Online TVE. We are live. So join in on the chat if you have questions and comments about today's program. We're about halfway done, but I was just talking a little bit extra about pronunciation, la pronunciación. Because, so first of all, Kyle's keys to pronunciation. Number one, the ear. The quantity of exposure to the language. This is key. Quantity of exposure. Okay. Secondly, realize, and I was just talking about it in my other program called Drive Time, intonation. Intonation. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Intonation. And linking, the way we link sounds, the music of the language is very important. So not just pronouncing the sounds, like how do I pronounce the V of very good? And you have to learn how to pronounce the V, which by the way is like an F. It has nothing to do with a B. It has more to do with an F and activating the vocal cords. Taking the F and activating the vocal cords, very good V, okay? But, so the individual sounds, but also, being able to produce the sounds, of course, is very important, but also the intonation, the cadence, the rhythm, the music of the language. And I've even been in cases, especially in Spain, where you're in a building, like in my house, for example, or in this office. This office is a good example because half the time people are speaking Spanish, half the time people are speaking English, because it's an office full of English teachers and English classes happening. But you can hear sometimes through a wall, a través del muro, through the wall, you hear this, you hear the intonation of the conversation, and you hear the tone, the intonation, and I can tell if they're speaking Spanish or English simply by the intonation, the tone. And when you can do that, the more you expose yourself to language, the more you develop an understanding of which tones and which intonations are most applicable to a language. Dudonel says, how's it going? I stick to your program in order to learn more and more. Well, thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. Valentina says, the quality of exposure is also important. How can we listen better? A very effective and efficient method. Don't you have any, Kyle? How can we listen better? Well, I recommend Vaughan Radio, because you have native English speakers with a variety of different accents, but the intonation is mostly the same across different accents. The intonation is fairly similar, and you should be able to understand almost all major accents if you spend enough time listening. And Vaughan Radio is good because you get a variety of different accents. There are other great radio stations as well. But the good thing about listening exposure is it's free. No cuesta nada. Yolanda says, Vaughan Radio, undoubtedly. Well, thank you. A good champion of Vaughan Radio, Yolanda, our friend. Thank you very much, Yolanda, for your kind words, as always. Anyway, the intermediate sentence today, everybody, was, I'm not sure I fully understand. Can you give me an example? ¿Me puedes dar un ejemplo? Can you give me an example? And I wanted to give an example of intonation. We have, the way we link certain words, and here we have, where are you? Where are you? For example, ¿a dónde vas? Where are you going? Where are you? Linked together, where are you? Where are you going? ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? Where are you becomes where are you? Where are you from? ¿A dónde nos llevas? Oye, ¿a dónde nos llevas? Where are you taking us? ¿A dónde vuelas? Where are you flying to? Where are you flying to? ¿Dónde vas a alojarte? Where are you staying? Where are you? Links together, where are you? Where are you staying? And you often becomes ya. We're a bit lazy, but that's the reality. You have to get accustomed to the reality of that sometimes. ¿Dónde vais a casaros? Where are you going to get married? Where are you? Where are you gonna get married? ¿Dónde trabajas en ese momento? En este momento. Where are you working at the moment? Where are you working at the moment? Okay. There you go. So linking and intonation, very important. Practicing the individual sounds, very important. And overall listening. So those are my 3 key areas that you want to work on for pronunciation. And you have to make the effort. But the tools, the tools are out there. It's up to you to make the effort. We have different tools with different costs. And there are classes that you can take. And I do recommend you take English classes, of course. But you can amplify, not just with the pronunciation, but with your learning in general. You have a class, which is very important. Having a good teacher that guides you and teaches you and keeps your learning on track and structures your learning and motivates you, very importantly. But also, in addition to your classes, listening to Vaughan Radio, deciding to, reading in English, particularly out loud, en voz alta, you amplify everything else you learn. You take the seed that is planted and helped and cultivated by a teacher in a classroom setting, but then you amplify everything through additional exposure. And also a very important role of the teacher is to motivate you, to make you excited about the learning process and to make you want to go out and spend extra time. Spend time with the language because you love your time with the language. And when you get there, that's a wonderful place to be. And you'll naturally learn much faster because you enjoy doing it. You enjoy the process and you will excel at the learning process. Nelson says, Vaughan Systems has really helped me improve my English. Your method is very effective. Well, thank you, Nelson. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you enjoy the radio offering. Let's go ahead, everybody. We have one more sentence to look at. I'm talking about today's advanced content.
Nivel avanzado.
Nivel avanzado, everybody. We are live on YouTube now. We had a technical glitch. 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 There's a word. Pero ¿qué es eso, Kyle? Un glitch? Have you ever heard that word, Tino? A glitch is like un fallo. But it's technical. It's a technical. There's a glitch in the system. Sorry for the technical glitch. There you go. Sorry for the technical problems. Yeah. Okay. And yes, Belen says, I fully agree with you, Yolanda, but there's a lot of podcasts in English for improving English skills. Besides, we also have audiobooks. Yeah, there are a lot of great ways. You want to find the tools that you enjoy. The key is really finding the things that you enjoy. Hopefully you enjoy these shows. And if you do, wonderful. Find the tools that you enjoy in terms of your listening. Especially find the tools that you enjoy so you spend the time with the tool and not worrying about it or not feeling like it's an obligation. Jacqueline says, hi, Kyle. Nice to see you again. I'm here continuing brushing up on my English. Very good. Thank you very much for the class. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Jacqueline. Okay, our advanced sentence today. They used to care about what we thought, but now they don't take any notice of us. They used to care about what we thought. They used to. So used to, this is a past form. Used to plus infinitive. They used to care. To be concerned about it. They used to think about us. I used to live in Canada. I don't live there anymore. I used to eat a lot more rice. I don't eat rice much anymore. I don't know why. I used to play ice hockey, but now I don't. Subject, used to, infinitive. They used to care about what we thought, about our opinion. They used to care about what we thought. But now, pero ahora, they don't take any notice. So to notice is like darse cuenta. They don't even notice us. They don't even take notice of us. To take notice of something it's sort of the same as saying they don't even notice us. They don't even take notice of us. So we have this idea of attention to detail, our ability to take notice of certain things. To take notice of certain things. But here, they used to care about what we thought. So they used to importar, ¿no? Importar de nuestras opiniones, podemos decir. They used to care about our opinions. They used to be concerned about our opinions, about what we thought. But now, they don't take any notice of us. They don't care. This is kind of sad if this is the reality, that they used to care about what we thought, but now they don't take any notice of us. That's the sentence today. So that is our final sentence. Used to. And please don't confuse the two different forms of used to. I talked about this earlier this week. Used to plus infinitive is the past form. We have a completely different and unrelated use of used to, which is to be used to get accustomed to get used to, que es acostumbrarse a algo, to get used to. And then estar acostumbrado a algo, to be used to something. You are used to something after you have passed through the temporary period of getting used to it. To get used to something, a temporary adjustment period of becoming accustomed to something. Right? I'm not used to eating, when I went to Asia, I went to Malaysia, and I just wasn't used to the food. I wasn't used to eating the food. I wasn't used to eating kimchi and rice all the time. I wasn't used to the food. I suppose, now my brother lived there for 2 years, and he got used to the food. But I visited for 1 week, and I couldn't get used to the food. I didn't get used to the food. I was used to Western food. I've lived in Spain for years, and I'm used to Spanish food. I love Spanish food, and I'm used to it. I'm used to eating it. So this is the used to in the sense of acostumbrado a. Acostumbrarse a algo, to get used to something. To get used to something, this temporary transition, and then to be used to. But the version we see here is different. We see they used to care. It means in the past they cared, but now they don't. They used to care about what we thought, but now they don't take any notice of us. Very sad, unfortunate. But it's only a sentence in our course, right? And that concludes class number 45. I want to thank everybody for watching today. Thank you for your participation. We got our technical problems solved, thanks to Tino. Thank you very much. And Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy it, and we'll be back with another class, number 46, on Monday. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Take it easy now. Look after yourself.
¿Crees tener las cualidades necesarias para el emprendimiento? ¿Consideras que estás liderando a tu equipo? ¿A tu empresa? Si tu objetivo es poner en marcha un proyecto y alcanzar el éxito como líder de equipos, Richard